they have the guard duties. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Brooklyn, MP out there with Irving. Then it's Durant. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Sharp in at the 5 spot. And MP, the reigning MVP of the league. Wow. An incredible year, Greg, for him, and very well deserved.
Well, you couldn't ignore the production MP had. The numbers don't lie, and it all added up to the highest individual honor the NBA has.
And here we are, opening night. Brent, do you have some special memories from an opening night you played in?
Man, I'm fired up, Kevin. Opening night. I hope you're excited. I know you are. I remember back in 1995, those many years ago, we had played against the Phoenix Suns, and they at the time had a player that said something during a free throw when the arena was completely quiet. Clippers against Suns. I can't repeat it in this broadcast, but at the commercial break, Kevin, I'll share it with you. But thank you for reminding me of it.
Now, here's MP. He has 6. Six on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
One thing MP's always had is a great feel for the game. He doesn't need to see a pass like that. He just feels it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Nate McMillan. We talked about the best strategy of containing Kevin Durant on the offensive end. Coach told me Kevin's going to get his. You can't stop that. But if you can push him off his favorite spots, it might make his production a bit more palatable to our defense. Well, they've done their homework on KD, but the exam is going to be harder. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. The Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Looking back at the 2017-18 season, Clint Capella, Brent, shot an eye-popping 65% from the field. That led the NBA.
Well, a third of his baskets were dunks during that season, so I would expect the percentage to actually, Kevin, be pretty high. And a lot of those were at the hands of James Harden at the time playing in Houston, who won the MVP that year. But he has the ability to roll and to finish. He has shown soft hands, and he plays defensively. So he's a great big that you can put out to complement both sides of the floor.
Here's MP after the made shot from John Collins. The 3 from MP. And the Nets, another 3.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
And the dunk by Capella.
Well, we know that Trae Young is a phenomenal passer, which is why you just can't. Can't leave him open like that.
MP looking around. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. It's good from long range.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. The pass to Capella. And the rejection by MP. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. And so it's Capella with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. They trail by 9 points. And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Edwards is checked in, and Atlanta will go for a different look here. Pass to Herter. Launches a three. He can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way. MP outside. Shoots a three. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And here's MP for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Here's Young. And he banks in the layup.
Trae Young not backing down from the physical defense on that play.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And the three-point shot has been big for them. We come back right after this. And one of the game's elite closers, Kyrie Irving.
For me, I just try to feel out.
Greg, that's reminiscent of quotes we used to hear from Kobe Bryant, how certain moves and possessions set up defenders for the next time.
Well, Kyrie definitely has that Mamba mentality. Kobe was a big influence on him, as we all know.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Kyrie Irving is out there with MP. Then it's Durant. Then there's Edwards. And it's Sharp in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Out to the wing. Here's Herter. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Herter's got himself on the board with 3 there. And here's MP for 3. And the Nets another 3.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Inside, Johnson. And a lot of players want a voice in team strategy. And I've always wondered, Greg, is there a downside for coaches letting their players get too involved?
There is a belief that you can have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? But if a player knows his stuff, it's worth at least hearing him out, if only to keep those open lines of communication.
Atlanta making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. The 3 from MP. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game. 10 for 13.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Herter, covered by MP. The 3, that is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 10 points. Again, thanks to that one from Herter. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
One thing you love about stars like Danilo Gallinari is how they remind you that basketball is truly an international game.
And especially, GA, for Gallinari to want to come over and play against the best in the world. It wasn't about achieving MVPs and accolades in the Italian league. He wanted to stack up his skill set versus the best small forwards and power forwards in the NBA, and Gallo has had a remarkable career as a professional here in the States.
Now, here's MP. 30 points in the game. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Young against Irving. Gallinari outside. Back to Young. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Now, you hit a 3 on Young, you can expect him to come right back at you.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. We're one of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Simmons checked in for Kevin Durant. And then for Atlanta, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. John Collins comes in for Johnson. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Kevin Huerter. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Simmons against Gallinari. Just 4 to shoot. Lobbed up there for Collins. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Collins has got his second basket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
The 3 from MP. Hits it from three-point range. MP's got the lead up to 14 now for Brooklyn.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Now, here is Young. He's got 7. A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Well, great shooting off the pass. Get the feet set. Good balance. Bogdanovic dangerous.
And a wide open look for MP. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
Three-pointer on the way. Doesn't go for him. And Atlanta will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. 44 seconds left here in the second. Hawks passing it around. And the shot goes in. Bogdanovic has got 4 this quarter.
A big man, John Collins, seeing the court that time.
MP outside. Beyond the arc. Nets keep it alive. From deep. Bogdanovic grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 13. Pass to Young. Outside Collins. Good work there as it goes. Collins has got 6.
Pretty good body control from the big man as Collins stays focused on the rim.
MP way outside, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. MP getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. An historic feat during the quarter, launching and making a And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Young and Bogdanovic, they have the guard duties. Collins and Capella make up the inside pair. And it's Hunter in at the small forward.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Lob pass to Capella. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the long arms of Capella, using them to perfection as a target for his teammates on that alley-oop.
Well, the backstory of Clint Capella is interesting, as he was only the second player, Greg, from Switzerland to make it to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, you don't think of basketball right away when you think of Switzerland, but the game has grown so much in Europe over the years. Guys like Capella, who might have gone into soccer at one point, are now gravitating towards hoops.
Timeout called, the Nets. In his first game after starting in the 2020 All-Star Game, Trae Young had an incredible night, dropping 50 points against the Miami Heat.
And Young became the fourth youngest NBA player to get to 50. Only Devin Booker, LeBron, and Brandon Jennings got to 50 in a game at a younger age. Perhaps the most impressive part of Trae's performance, he did it against Coach Eric Spoelstra's Miami Heat, one of the top defensive teams in the league.
And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. In the corner, it's Hunter. And the foul called on MP. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league, but who was the toughest matchup for you when you played?
Oh, man. John Stockton was always one of the most difficult, but in a weird way, not because I worried about him scoring on me. It was because I had to defend his ability to make people better, and that was always a challenge. And don't forget about the great Penny Hardaway. I mean, at 6'8", that was a nightmare to deal with. And my personal all-time favorite, Isaiah Thomas, who was as good as anybody's ever been at that lead guard position.
Here's Hunter, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, plain to see how eager Hunter is to work hard for his team. He gets that shot off and gets a trip to the line.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. So for the Hawks, Johnson comes in for John Collins, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. And here's MP for three. On the wing, MP. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Huerter.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Wasted no time on that one. Johnson's got it back down to single digits for Atlanta.
Yeah, you could tell Hunter knew he was open, did not hesitate to find him.
MP with it, and Young picks him up defensively. MP against Young. Pass to Sharp. KD on the wing. Clock at 6. To the paint. They swipe it. And now here comes Young leading the break.
How about the instincts by Huerter right there, making a difference on that end?
Nets leading by 5. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Edwards, he's checked. MP outside. Trying his luck from deep. And another one falls. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
The Hawks trail by 14. Edwards is out there with Durant. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's MP in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Just 5 on the clock. From 20 feet out. No good off the front iron. And so MP will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And again for 3.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but he has to be better in avoiding contact on that play. That's his 5th foul, and one more, it'll be hitting the showers.
DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. Collins against Simmons. The Hawks again can't hit. Nets leading by 17. MP outside. On the wing, MP. Three-pointer. Good. Another from three.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
Nice to see everybody. You know, Candace, I don't think anything's changed. I would have worked as hard.
Yeah, I hear you. But that's good motivation.
Candace, you gotta... All right, I'm good. Thank you, guys.
Primero la H, después va la U, después va la M, la A, C, A, O. Soy de la H, no la de Travis. Yo tengo la salsa, flow Héctor la voz. Quieren que me escrache, dicen, pero el audio nunca resbaló. Hablaron de mí, wow, qué raro, pero primero dime quién te habló. Yo sigo fly, como vuelo, congelado, mira mi hielo, yeah. Como el cielo, el dinero de lejos lo vuelo, el dinero no duerme, soy yo me desvelo, de tonto no tengo ni un solo pelo, me quieren coger de... Me alejo, yo le digo bye y nos vemos. Yo soy bad boy, mami, como ven, wala. Ando con Dios, pero el diablo me jala con este piquete que no se iguala. Patean como fútbol de sala, tengo a tu wifi sí como koala y no se resbala. No me ven volando, me cortan la sala. Lo hice a pulmón sin favores ni palas, yeah. Todo el día, todos los días tengo todo el día. Abuelito me decía que joseara todos los días. Estoy como Jordan con las 6 sortijas, tengo más. No querían coro cuando no había. Son todos fecas, pero ya sabía, yeah. Yo... Primero la H, después va la U, después va la M, la A, C, A, O. Soy de la H, no la de Travis. Yo tengo la salsa, flow Héctor la voz. Quieren que me escrache, dicen, pero el audio nunca resbaló.
Let's just put it out there. If it's not about the money, then who's better, you or Splashy? We're both tough. I'm kind of the opposite personality of Splashy, so I'm going to just leave it with we're both tough.
Now that the money is legitimately yours, what you gonna do with that bread, bro?
Trying to be smart with it, man. I'm blessed with this opportunity. A lot of people would just go crazy with it, and I mean, maybe that's what I should do, but just trying to be smart.
The soaring CN Tower is seen from the waters of Lake Ontario, along with the rest of beautiful downtown Toronto, our setting today. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you.
Clearly. David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Ben Simmons. Then it's MP. Then there's Irving. And it's Sharp in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Toronto, guard spots filled by Van Vliet and Trent. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward. For those teams, Greg, that had head coaching changes, how long does it take to fully implement a new system?
Well, it typically takes a full season, and it also depends just on how complicated the system is. But all things being equal, the experienced teams often learn faster because they just understand the game better.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Barnes finds Trent. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Siakam. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
I like how Fred VanVleet stays patient. Eyes up, finds the breakdown in the defense.
And here's MP for 3. Connects from three-point range. Uh-oh, there's been a major announcement regarding MP. He's going to grace the cover of NBA 2K23. Wow.
What a cool moment for him as a player, though. You know, when you look at all the cover athletes 2K has had, this puts him in some rare company.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And what you get with Barnes, Greg, tremendous versatility.
And he gets others involved, Kevin. Plays great defense, has an excellent feel for the games. He doesn't have to score to impact winning, but if you need points from him, the young fella can provide that as well.
And here is Anunoby, following the three-pointer by MP. Anunoby kicks to Van Vliet, drills the three-pointer.
The revenge triple loves seeing Fred VanVleet come right back at him.
MP outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Simmons against Barnes. Passes to Anunoby. And here's Trent. Pass to Siakam. Drops it in from 11 feet. Siakam's got his second basket of the game.
A sound decision maker. Siakam knew exactly how much time he had for the catch and shoot.
And here's MP for 3. And the Nets another 3.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
And it's Barnes with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. 7-point differential. 13 feet away. No good that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
Now, here's MP. He played real well against Atlanta in that last game, and Toronto will go for a different look here. Ken Burge is checked in for Siakam. Achua comes in for Barnes. Johnson, he's checked in for Gary Trent. And Flynn subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And the Nets making a change here as well. Edwards, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. They get it back. The dunk by Achua.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. The Raptors shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
Nets leading by 4. On the wing, MP. Covered by Birch. MP deciding where to go with it. There's the three. That's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. 1:02 left to play in the first. Irving against Flynn. The pass to Birch. 6 to shoot. Here's Achua. Achua, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The three from MP. And the Nets, another three.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
There's 31 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Outside Flynn. Kicks it to Johnson. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And, guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. He has been a long-range assassin today. With his work that quarter, his total number of threes is up to 7. And plenty of scoring on this team, but Kyrie Irving knows he's always got the green light.
Coach just wants me to be aggressive.
Agreed. And for an NBA defense, few more scary, Greg, than Kyrie Irving with his foot on the gas.
Yeah, because he doesn't just score on you. When he gets in that mode, Irving can make you look silly.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's their strategy. Try to overwhelm you. Try to put you in a hole you have to dig yourself out of.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Durant, MP out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Edwards. And it's Sharp in at the 5 down low. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, guys, MP in the last game against the Hawks had a huge game. He finished with 57 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
And that's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. MP's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly, sometimes, things get chippy. And as a player, Greg, how do you handle that aspect when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things. And at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Siakam is checked in for Kem Birch. Barnes comes in for OG Anunoby. Trent's checked in for Johnson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Flynn.
Fred's a bit of a streak shooter from out there, but when he's feeling it, he's deadly.
The 3 from MP. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors trail by 14. VanVleet on the wing. Drills it from outside. VanVleet's got 9 points.
Gradually starting to put pressure on this defense. That's his second from downtown this quarter. 3 for the game.
MP against Barnes. The three from MP. Sinks the three-pointer. MP's got 33 points.
And what a competitor this guy is. MP loves coming right back and dropping a three of his own.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
He tries for three, and the Nets another three.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Van Vliet passes to Achua. Back to Van Vliet. Going inside. Some solid defense there from Irving.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And along with production, this team really thrives on Van Vliet's leadership.
He sets a great example with his toughness, his dedication, and his teammates believe in him and believe they're going to win, partly because of him. Oh, yeah, MP knows a thing or two about putting on a show, get to the bucket, and finish with fire.
Skying high, one of his advantages as a undersized 4.
Nets leading by 17. MP outside. And MP throws it down hard.
How about the athleticism from MP on that jam, putting the defense on notice?
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. MP outside. 44 seconds left in the first half. Takes a three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Pass to Barnes. Now, here's Trent. That one goes in.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Barnes against MP. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The three-pointer is right on target. MP's got 43 points.
Simply one of the best shooting performances you are ever going to see. A three-point barrage.
Passes it to Barnes. Over Durant. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Brooklyn, holding a big 18-point. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Guard spots filled by Van Vliet and Trent. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Pascal Siakam was the most improved player in 2019. He says, I love that I cannot be able to do something, but if I put in a lot of hours doing it, I can become good at it. The former 27th pick overall said, not to sound arrogant, but I saw this coming. Guys, he bet on himself.
He did. He was smart. He certainly put in the work. DA, thank you.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
From beyond the arc, drops in the tray. MP's got 46 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Anunoby, powered down with both hands.
7 foot 2 wingspan, OG Anunoby throwing it down.
Timeout call. The Nets. And the Raptors with some changes. Khem Birch comes in for Barnes, and it's Johnson in for Trent. Nets leading by 21.
And what you like about Anunoby is how efficient he's become. Good to great shot selection, hits for a solid percentage from the field, from 3.
And stolen by MP. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it.